from Lego Monkey Kid. This is set 80034, aka Nezha's Fire Ring. It comes with 6 minifigures, 2 exclusives. It has 929 pieces and will retail for $100 starting on January 1st, 2022. Now let's take a look. The minifigures. Starting off with the bad guys, this is one of the macaque clones. This one is named Savage. They appear in 5 out of 7 sets from the 2022 Monkey Kid wave, and I've really grown to like these. They're very simple, but I do like the color scheme a lot, and his accessory is this small, trans purple and black mace. If you have a couple of these, I like how they look all together, and overall, they do their job. The next figure in this set is the new macaque, and I've already spoken about how much I like this new design. I appreciate that Lego went all the way and gave macaque a new mold, with his 6 ears from the novel, and the face prints are amazing. He also comes in Evil Macaque's mech, but funny enough, there is a small little difference, and that is the tail. The tail in this macaque is round, when in the Evil Macaque's mech macaque, yes, I just said that, is flat. And just because of that, this minifigure is probably going to be more expensive on Bricklink. But yeah, I absolutely adore the new macaque. I love that they recolored the Lego Movie 2 scarf in a dark red. I love how the dark red cape looks. The printing is flawless. I love the monkey logo. I love the chainmail. I love the straps. His staff is fantastic. I will never get tired of saying I adore this new macaque minifigure. And I've already spoken way too much about him, so let's move on. The next minifig to take a look at is Lady Bone Demon, and yes, this is a reused Lady Bone Demon from the one in the summer, but I always appreciate getting Lady Bone Demon. She is the big bad of Monkey Kid, and the figure is just fantastic. I love the rubber wig, the glow-in-the-dark bone in the hair. The printing is just amazing. The face prints, even though one face print I'm not a huge fan of, the second face print is just so Lady Bone Demon, and I love it. As an accessory, she has this little sword staff thingy, which is neat, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. And I'm really happy Lego did not keep Lady Bone Demon exclusive to the Bone Demon, because this minifigure is fantastic, and more people deserve to have the opportunity to get their hands on it. Now, jumping to the hero side, we get the Monkey King, or just Sun Wukong. He goes by both names in the show. I really like this Wukong. I've actually never had this specific version of Wukong. I know he came in the Arachnoid Base and Flower Fruit Mountain, where this version of Wukong is called, I think, Journey to the West Wukong, and it is very fitting since the Monkey Crew is going on a journey to the West. In general, this Wukong is very simple, but I like the printing. He is a clear callback to how Wukong looks in the Journey to the West novel. I honestly kind of would have preferred if they included the original Wukong that only came in the Monkey Mech and Flower Fruit Mountain, or maybe even a newer version of Wukong, a battle damage Wukong per se. But I know so many people don't have a Monkey King yet, and I'm happy more people will be able to get their hands on Wukong. The next figure coming up is the brand new MK, and I adore this figure. I know I always say this in my reviews, but this might be my favorite MK design, because it clearly is a callback to the Monkey King mech. And when I noticed that, I was like, my mind was blown. I love everything about this MK. He has arm printing, which was not needed, was not necessary, but Lego, you killed it. Thank you for this arm printing. The torso is just fantastic. All the little details, all the callbacks to the monkey mech. MK symbol in the center. The back also feels extremely complete. The visor, I never knew I needed an MK with a visor. But now that I have one, I'm like so happy I have an MK with a visor. I really need to clear my mind, but this is definitely a contender for the best MK design ever. I'm saying it, ever. Oh, and I almost forget, his accessory is the orange fire ring. And oh boy, the last minifigure we're gonna take a look at today is Nezha. He is one of the guardians of the Celestial Realm, and he is awesome. I've wanted to see Nezha for years. He was teased in Monkey Kid Season 1, he was also teased in the 2020 Monkey Kid sets, and now he is here, and I am filled with joy, because he is perfect. If I'm being completely honest, his color scheme was not what I expected to see out of Nezha. I expected to see oranges and reds, but teal, red, and lavender work surprisingly well. This figure just is fantastic. I also appreciate Lego for giving Nezha a new hair mold. In mythology, Nezha has a very distinctive hairstyle, and I'm happy LEGO is really going all the way and representing this character with all the respect he deserves. I love the new cape piece. He also has 2 face prints. When one he looks confused and in the other he looks mad, which is very Nezha. I also appreciate that LEGO went all the way and respected Nezha, because in mythology Nezha always carries 3 things: his flaming wheels, his golden ring, and his spear. And LEGO gave all these 3 elements to Nezha just to complete the figure. The builds. Now let's talk about the builds. I really like them. Some of them are fairly simple, but they all have something really cool about them. Starting off with MK staff as a hoverboard. This is very neat. It's very simple, but it just works. It's MK staff and he's using it as a hoverboard. You can take it apart and actually make MK staff, which was a feature LEGO did not need to add, but I'm so happy they put it in. It also has 2 stud shooters, which, I mean, those are cool if you're into them. I don't really care about them, but for those who like stud shooters, here they are. The next build is Macaque's hovercycle, or that's what I call this. I mean, I think it's like a motorcycle, but like it flies. And when I looked at this on the box, I was not impressed. I was like, oh, it's probably gonna be cool, but not anything amazing. But the more I look at this thing, the more I like it. There's something about how they use the color scheme, with it being predominantly black, but with red and yellow highlights. The trans purple clouds really give this an aesthetic. It just looks really cool and I like it. Especially when you have Macaque on there. Play feature wise, you can move the wings up and down. It has one of those new stud shooters which you can shoot. And it also has weapon storage. Again, LEGO, you did not need to add weapon storage to every Monkey Kid vehicle, but because you did, I will forever be happy and grateful towards you. When I finished building this, I was genuinely surprised at how much I ended up liking this one. But now, let's take a look at Lady Bone Demon's throne. And oh boy, this definitely feels like Lady Bone Demon's throne. I love her color scheme. The trans blue with the purple, with the white and the bones. The very rocky aesthetic she has going for her. The actual throne itself just works. There really isn't anything to it. It just looks really cool. It's a bit posable if you want to have like the spikes at a different angle. The throne also has a cage attached to it, which I also like that you can choose whichever side you want to have the cage be attached to. The cage itself is the same cage design we've been seeing for years. It fits one minifigure in there, and yeah, like there really isn't anything to it. You can move it up and down, and behind the throne there is actually a prison cell. Again, like I've been saying this throughout the whole video, but it's one of those things that was not necessary. Like, the throne was okay, it didn't need a prison cell. From a play perspective as a kid, you can always like build up narratives like, oh, someone is captured and stuff, and I like the inclusion of the prison cell. They could have easily just made this a wall, but they gave it more character, and I appreciate that. Oh, and I almost forgot to point out, it has pinholes on the sides, which if you've been following Monkey Kid, you know what that means. And I'm guessing, I have a theory and I have a feeling we will get an expansion to this. Maybe in some sort of side builds and future sets, or maybe a full-on Lady Bone Demon castle. Just think about it. Now, okay, I've gotten all the side builds out of the way. Let's talk about the main build, Nezha's Fire Ring. When I was a kid, I always dreamed of building a mono-wheel vehicle. And, like, this is pretty much what I imagined as a kid. It's a giant ring, but it's also a car, and it works perfectly. Whenever I finished building it, I was like, oh my god, like, wow. Like, it works to a T. Like, just to demonstrate how good this thing works. I put this on a Hot Wheels track, and just look at this. Actually, for the review, I wanted to throw this off a hill, but I am a bit scared I'm gonna lose some pieces. So I decided not to, but if I were to throw it down a hill, it would have worked perfectly, I can guarantee it. It has the perfect middle ground where it's not super bulky, but it's wide enough it won't fall on the sides. And I had a blast with this. As a toy, it is amazing. If my parents gave me this when I was 10 as a Christmas gift, I would have gone insane. The actual ring itself was really cleverly designed. It was a bit tedious to put this together, but at the end of the day, it looks really cool. The actual vehicle itself, I'm gonna be honest, if I designed this, I would have used orange and red. because I don't really love how the teal looks with the white and the red and the gold. I know some people might love how the teal looks. I'm not the biggest fan of the color teal in general, so I'm not the biggest fan of the use of the teal color in this set. But if you put this next to other Monkey Kid vehicles, they look really cool together. Now, fitting Nezha into the actual fire ring is a bit complicated. Like, you first have to get his cape out of the way. You have to sit him down, and he rests in there very loosely, so you have to use his golden ring as a steering wheel just to cram him down. You can also take his spear and attach it to whatever side you'd like. Again, I appreciate LEGO for giving us weapon storage in all the Monkey Kid vehicles. And actually, I figured this out. It doesn't say in the instructions, it doesn't say anywhere. But you could take his flaming wheels and attach them to the back. And they blend in real nice. Oh, and before I forget, there's also a secret spring-loaded shooter on there, which is neat. Because, I mean, I'm kind of over spring-loaded shooters, but I'm happy LEGO still puts them in, because I know kids like them. But yeah, as you can guess, I really like this build. Value. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Is this set worth $100? And my answer is yes, but no. If you ask me, like, the price on paper, it's kind of worth $100. It has a 10.8 price per piece, which is decent. It's not bad, it's not good, it's just decent. But when I look at the European price, this is 70 euros. And then I proceeded to convert euros to dollars, and 70 euros is about $80. So I feel LEGO could have easily sold this for $80 or $90, and at that price point, this would have been an amazing deal. But because they didn't, and because they're selling it at 100, I'd have to say the value is, it's there if you think it is. If you don't think it's there, it really isn't. Because, like, the sets are big, but this doesn't feel like a $100 set. This feels like a really cool $80 set. It is also acceptable at 100, but at 80, it just makes more sense. Conclusion. I adore the fire ring. I think the minifigure selection is amazing. Lady Bone Demon, the new Macaque, Savage, Monkey King, MK, and Nezha. It's like, it's a perfect package. The builds have so much energy and are so much fun, but I will say, if you can get this for 10% off or 20% off, the set is even worth it more. But hey, that is just my brick opinion. Now it's your turn. Tell me in the comments down below, what do you think about this set? And don't forget to check out our other LEGO Monkey Kid reviews. And subscribe to the Masters of Brickjitzu YouTube channel. See you guys next time, and take care.